In this video, we are going to be transforming a medieval kingdom in Minecraft. As you can see here, this is the medieval village of Triola and also the colonial village of Colonia. And in this video, what we're going to be doing is we're going to be remodeling these two villages by merging them together to create one large medieval kingdom. So the first thing we have to do is tear down this castle, and then we're going to end up replacing it with a new castle. So here is a new castle right here, and then what we're going to be doing next is putting in a new cathedral and replacing the old one, because the old cathedral is too big and it doesn't have enough detail. Now we're going to put a boarding house in here, and then some more like markets behind it, and tear down the trees right there. And the next thing we're going to do is tear down the rest of this cathedral, and we're going to replace it with some more buildings. So we have some more markets that are going in right here, and I do have to take off the roof. There's also the wall, and that entire wall is getting torn down eventually. But we are going to put some stables in right here next. So as you can see, the stables are going in, and then we're going to just tear down the village houses. And there is a lot of clearing work that I have to do in between, just because this is an existing village and it needs torn down. So there are some barracks that are going up right now, and as you can see, I'm just pasting these. All of these buildings are originally from my village of Or's Rest. I've used them in several medieval villages now, and they are all ways good buildings. So here is a cathedral that's going up right here, different style of a cathedral. And then we have some other village houses that are going to go right in front of the castle right here. And then if you look behind, this is the part that I call Colonia, but it is going to be just getting merged into Triola. So we have some village houses going up here. There was like a tree mill that I'm taking down. And then we have some shops that are starting to pop into the village here. And there are some more buildings popping up along the wall area. As you can see right here, we have a bunch of different houses and items like that that are going in along the wall. So as you can see, we do have some more shops that are just going to go in along the hillside here for the village of Colonia. Or excuse me, I mean Triola. So now we just have a church that is going in. The village is almost completely made up of, like, the old buildings are already down and the new buildings are already coming in. So you can see the houses. I am going to add some more houses on to the left right here and another cathedral. And there is a big ravine right here. This is just kind of an overhead view, so you can just see the buildings as I'm taking them down. I'm going to add two houses over there and create like a little area as like the rural area. And then there is another boarding house, another cathedral, and a second boarding house. Two boarding houses pretty close to each other. But now this is a very difficult area for me, so I just tore all that down. And I'm going to put some market stalls in between here. And then I am going to also put some market stalls in between the other areas of the streets. So as you can see, I'm just lining pretty much the entire streets with market stalls. And that is pretty much the main part. As this point, you know, the village is pretty sound. I do have to take away that road though, but there is a lot of grading left. The entire wall also had to come down, so I had to tear down the entire wall. And this road also needs to come down. Now the castle does need a bit of grading in order to look smoother with the terrain of the water. So I am just going to go ahead and fill that in real quick and then take apart that road because it really just doesn't go. And now is a very difficult part. I have to begin making all of the different pathways and clearing away anything that it was remaining from the old village of Triola. So I do have to do some grading to kind of get the land slope to the right way here, and that does include making a stairway from the castle to the top. But I am going to continue to build pathways through here. As you can see, I am just tearing down whatever is in my way and building the path straight through here. So at this point it is beginning to rain, so that is going to definitely slow down the progress of this build, but I am still going to be working continually. I did get this village put together relatively quickly. However, I did finish it several days ago and I procrastinated to make the video on it until now. But this is the village of Triola in the rain. There is still a lot of work left to be done. I am in the middle of building a ton of different pathways. Was a little bit of lag right there. but as you can see, it's just the effects from the rain. So the pathways are getting built up. The entire floor of the old cathedral was like glowstone and wood planks all mixed together, so I had to tear all that down and just replace it all because it looked awful. Anyways, this is the next part. We have to build the pathways in the Colonia section. As I mentioned earlier in the video, this was originally two different villages, the Triola and Colonia. Triola was the medieval village, and then Colonia was like the more, you know, industrial revolution village. However, I did end up completely removing Colonia and just going full board with the Triola theme. I think this is a great biome and a great area to put a medieval village, honestly. In my last video, I did a medieval village about Servich, and that was in a birch forest, but honestly, I think that this biome and this area suits a medieval village even better than the Servich village area does. Granted, both villages do definitely still look nice, but this village is going to end up being a little bit bigger than the village of Servich. Now, at this point, I am building the pathways, and I realized that a lot of my pathways had pretty straight edges, so I am going to try and make those edges curved in order to you know, make the pathways a little better. But anyways, jumping back here, we have a area with some more market stalls, and that sheep is just running around not knowing what to do. But I'm going to go an overhead view now and just continue creating the pathways. And this part's very difficult because I have to cover up the old roads and just replace it. It's kind of weird that I'm covering up like a modern concrete road and replacing it with like a dirt medieval road, but that is the nature of this build. And the way these two houses are, I was thinking of doing farms, but I'm not going to end up doing farmland, just because it takes a very long time to plant the farmland, and I really did not have time for all of that in this video. So I am eventually just going to put trees there, but I am making the pathways here now at this stage across the entire village of Triola. So this is the main section that I have left, and right here I actually have to kind of do like a bit of elevation work because this area is so high compared to the other pathway that I'm starting right now. So the market stalls are kind of on the lower floor, and I have to build a stone wall to separate the two pathways, and there we go. So I am just gonna try and merge this area together, make that grass look better and more natural. I do have to cover up a lot of the old buildings, and all of the old buildings had interiors, but all the new buildings also have interiors, so that is definitely something to consider there. I do have to do some more grading work here. There is, like I said earlier in the video, an old like tree farm that I had to completely remove, and then I do have to replace anything that is like a concrete road with the new dirt path roads here. In the village of Servich, I used red concrete as a placement, but I'm not going to do that in this video. But anyways, here we are jumping to the trees. I'm putting all the trees in the village, and I thought that this would take a pretty long time, but honestly, it really didn't take that long. There's not very many gaps in between the buildings of this village, so there really wasn't much work to be done as far as putting the trees inside the village. This was actually a very smooth and easy process to complete. I did have to go in and remove the road, and then I did change the dirt path to a more mixed area. So there's like dirt paths, coarse dirt, mud bricks, and cobblestone. Anyways, this is the completed village of Triola. So as you can see right here, we're gonna start with the castle and loop around to the barracks area and the cathedral with the market stalls, and then there are several cathedrals and pretty much several of each type of building in the village of Triola. And as you can see here, this is an entire medieval kingdom all in one area here. So we do have like the farms down here that we're going to go up through, and then we're going to go past like the tavern and the boarding house, and just kind of fly through the city streets of Triola. So all of these market stalls, they are blue wool in the video, but after recording, I did go in and change all that blue wool to green wool because Triola, the city flag is green for that. So if you download the map, that will be different. But anyways, this is pretty much the medieval kingdom of Triola.